Hey guys, so today I'm here to do a September wrap up and an October TBR. I read a total of 5 books, which I'm actually pretty proud of. So the first thing that I read in September was Say What You Will by Cami McGovern. And this is about a girl who has a disability, which it doesn't say what disability she has in the synopsis and I can't remember. But it's her senior year of high school when the story takes off, and she feels like she has not made any friends throughout her high school years. So her and her mom come up with this plan to replace her aides that usually help her throughout the school day with students, and they pay these students to help her. And she's hoping that by interacting more with the students that she will make more friends. And this story is kind of specifically about one of those people that helps her. His name is Matthew, and it's kind of both his story and her story. It's such a good book, and there was some twists and turns that I was not expecting, and I just really loved where the story went. I think it's important that everyone reads a book like this because it's a diverse book about a diverse topic. It's really important to read about people who have disabilities to kind of get a perspective other than your own. It's one I would definitely recommend everyone try reading. I gave this a 4.5 stars. Next, I read the last 2 books in the Girl of Fire and Thorns trilogy. So the second one is The Crown of Embers by Ray Carson, and the third book is The Bitter Kingdom. I marathoned these back to back. They were just so good, and I had to know what was going to happen. This series is about a girl named Elisa who has what is called a godstone in her belly, and it's basically like a gem like this. It's on the front of the covers. And to have a godstone, it's believed that you have a connection with God and that you are put here for a purpose, and very few people have these godstones. So this trilogy is about her discovering who she is and why she has this godstone, what her purpose is. It's fantastic. It's fantasy, it's got magic in it, and the character development of the main character throughout this trilogy is amazing. I just love Elisa. She is an incredible heroine, and this is just a great series. I highly recommend it, and I gave both of these books 5 stars. Next, I read Origin by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 4th book in the Lux series. This series is about aliens. The first book, Obsidian, is very, very similar to Twilight. A girl moves to a new town. She gets involved with these paranormal creatures, which in this case is aliens. After the first book, though, it totally turns into its own storyline, and it's really good. There's just so much action in this series. This book in particular was really good. I very much enjoyed it. I like where the story's going. I think these books would be fantastic as movies, but that's a whole nother thing, or even a TV show or something. But anyway, the last book I read in September is Love and Other Foreign Words by Erin McCahan. This book was so good. It took me a while to get into it. Like, the first few chapters were kind of odd, and I felt like it was going to be a weird book, but it ended up being so good. I just had such a deep connection with the main character and with this story as a whole. I was just so emotional throughout reading this book. Like, when the main character got angry, I was angry. When the main character was sad, I was sad. I mean, I just felt... I don't know how to explain it. I loved this book. This one is about a girl named Josie. She's kind of an odd person, which I loved. She's a very unique character. She kind of looks at people as having like different languages that they speak. For example, she feels like people at her school speak high school, and in college they speak high school 2.0. And she also looks at love as a language. And so this story is kind of her figuring out what love is, and she's also dealing with a lot of family issues. It's kind of a hard book to explain. You can probably tell that I'm not explaining the synopsis very well, but it's just a great contemporary book about love and about friendships and family, and I highly, highly suggest it. I absolutely adore this book. I want to own it just to have it in my collection. So good. So now let's get on to the books that I want to read for October. There's a pretty huge stack here, so hopefully this won't take too long, but let's just get into it. I have a lot of books that I want to try to read this month, and pretty much all of them are library books. So I kind of have to read them before the month is over because they're going to be due back. So the first book that I want to read in October is actually on my Kindle, but I still borrowed it from the library. And it is Alice in Zombieland by Gina Showalter. Currently reading it, and I'm really, really enjoying it. It's creepy so far and totally perfect for October and Halloween. So yeah, hopefully I'll finish that one soon. Next, we have The Lair by Emily McKay. This is the sequel to The Farm, which I think I read last July, not this past one, but the year before, and really, really, really loved it. So I'm looking forward to reading this sequel. And I'm actually reading this with Ashley from, I think her YouTube name is something like Ashley Reads. I will definitely link her channel down below. You should check her out. We're reading this together. I'm so excited to have somebody to talk about this with as I'm reading it. So yes, cannot wait to get to this. Next I have The 100-Foot Journey by Richard C. I don't know how to say his last name. I didn't plan on reading this for October, but I had put it on hold at my library a while back and there was a ton of people in front of me, but it just randomly popped up and said it was available. I really want to try to read this month, but I have other books that I'd rather get to first, so this is just kind of a maybe. Next I have The Coldest Girl in Coal Town by Holly Black. I'm so excited about this. I've heard such good things, and it's about vampires, I think. This next book I have is Through the Woods by Emily Carroll. It looks awesome. It's a graphic novel and the graphics are so awesome, just to give you a sneak peek. I don't really know what this is about. I think it's just a compilation of creepy stories. I don't know. It says 5 mysterious, spine-tingling stories follow journeys into and out of the eerie abyss. So next I have The Mousetrap and Other Plays by Agatha Christie. I'm actually only going to read The Mousetrap from this, so I'm not going to read the entire thing. The reason is my university is putting on a play of a parody of The Mousetrap, so I want to read the original play first so that I will understand the parody. Next we have Opposition by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This is the 5th book in the Lux series. I am so incredibly excited to see what happens and to see how the series ends. I think it's going to be a really good book. Next, I have this huge graphic novel that I've been waiting on since February. I think maybe somebody had stolen the library book or something, and that's why it was taking so long for me to get this book. I think they finally just bought a new one. But anyways, it's Blankets by Craig Thompson. I've heard such amazing things about this graphic novel. It's huge. The graphics look really cool though. I'm just so excited to finally be reading this 8 months after I put it on hold at the library. I also have another library book that I'm currently reading, but I'm putting it on hold probably until after I finish The Lair, and that is If You Find Me by Emily Murdoch. I am looking forward to finishing this. I've already started it and it's intrigued me already. I'm only a couple chapters in, so I'm definitely looking forward to continuing with that. So that is it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, that's a big book and that would really hurt to fall on me. Richard C. Murray, I don't know how to say the last name. It turtly